Hello everyone, welcome to your live watch along of Pompey versus Portsmouth versus Norwich. Hope you guys do enjoy the stream. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and hopefully a win for Portsmouth. So guys, get your questions in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. So hopefully it'll be a good game. So hopefully it's gonna be interesting to see how this game goes. Hopefully Portsmouth get the win, as I do live in Portsmouth, so hopefully it'll be a good result for them. That's a ball. Unlucky into that. Into the gloves of Angus Gunn in the Norwich. Go on, Pompey. Pompey are attacking very well in the first 3 minutes. Guys, get your questions in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Portsmouth 0, Norwich City 0. I'm just looking for a goal. So guys, get your question in the chat, like, subscribe. It is Norwich City 0, Portsmouth 0. I'm hoping for a good result, good game as well. And it's still Portsmouth 0, Norwich City 0. I do apologise if you guys can't see the lineup for Norwich City, because they've made their lineup so bright that that the green is, you can hardly even see their lineup. So I do apologise. So I might also have to let me sort something out, folks, because at the moment I can't even, you might not be able to see a bit of the line. So I'm going to have to do that so you guys can see. I'm hoping that Portsmouth play well, but it's just, it always just guarantees on the day. Oh, hello. Are you tired or something? No, it just sounded like then you were sounding like a bit tired. That's why there's a thing called bed, there's a thing called covers which you can take off and put on yourself. No, usually I'll take my covers usually off the bed and I'll sit here and I'll have it on me. But in here it's very warm because I got my own heating. I'm surprised you're not on Fortnite. Because Fortnite's getting too sweaty. What are you doing up at 4? Usually you're in bed. Yeah. I went to bed early and then woke up about 5, and then literally 2 hours later went out for my breakfast. So I actually had my day planned. Wow. I'm just shocked that you went on trios. Oh, go on. How is that not a penalty? Referee having a laugh. How is that not a penalty? He's clearly being manhandled and literally got pushed to the floor. Watching Portsmouth versus Norwich. I watch it, even though I don't support Portsmouth, I follow them quite a lot just because now I live here. It makes sense. It just, even you understand that. Because they're like the local team, and I literally live just down the road from the ground. Because you know, if it was a lot like better weather and I had all my windows open, I'd be able to actually hit the ground when the goal goes in. I'm literally that close. I still can't believe how that wasn't a penalty. He literally got pushed. And usually I've seen that. How? Oh, and I've been saying that for weeks. But then you said, oh, there's no need to go on it. So basically, I said all along. So, and also there's a new thing coming on to Lego Fortnite, so actually we'll have a reason to go on. It is. It's actually a new thing. It's like a new city going into the game, a new biome. Because you're too early. It's not coming out into the 11th. Cause it. Yeah, it's the 11th. It's when they're adding it to the game. Come on, Pompey. Wow. Because apparently they're still bringing Doom into the game even though that's old. Yeah, but it's not. But yeah, but Doom's old news because of it was last season. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, so the actual Lego Fortnite thing is called Fortnite Odyssey and Fortnite Brick Life. Lego Fortnite Odyssey is tomorrow, and then the Brick Life for Lego Fortnite is on the 12th. Wow, that's weird because they're going to have a new biome and they're also going to be dungeons in the game. And they're also going to have a new Where? Yeah. What? Yeah, because it's a new. Because it's a new. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. God. Ooh. And there's also a new. There's also going to be a new baddie in Lego Fortnite called the Storm King. Sounds like they're putting more into Lego Fortnite than they are into the actual game. Whoa, what a mistake, Norwich! Unlucky. This referee's having a this referee's having a shock. This referee's having a shocker because the referee's not giving fouls for fouls which are actually fouls. But he's like, oh, oh, he's eventually given the foul. Yeah, he eventually give the foul, but it took him about a minute after the initial foul happened to give it. Liverpool won 1-0 against Girona. That's not bad for a side who have been in Europe for the very first time. To only lose 1-0 to Liverpool, that's still good going because they could have easily have lost like 3 or 4. But you know, Liverpool only won 1-0 against Girona, which it's their first season in Europe ever. So to play against a big side like Liverpool and to only lose 1-0, that's still a good showing. But you know what makes it even more annoying? It was a penalty, so if they didn't give a penalty, they would have got a point out of that game. And well, any other result? Aston Villa are beating Leipzig away. It took Aston Villa about 90 seconds to score. John McGinn. Go on. Go on, Poppy. Oh, we don't. Wow, that's in. That's interesting. You know, the Ponty have got a player on a 90-day loan, which is a goalkeeper, so they must have a goalkeeping crisis if they've gone and had a 90-day loan. He's apparently this goalkeeper has actually started 14 times. I love the video that they did to let people know about the actual announcement for the actual signing. It's like an iPhone, and you're getting the message that you have one new signing, you have two new signings. That's actually quite clever. That because Ponty, I like it when teams do that. Just any team, because it gets players excited because we thinking, oh, who have we signed this time, and not doing it dull and just saying we've just signed this player with just a photo and who he is. You've actually made it exciting and done it in advance, ready, so that people can be hyped for it. Because Chesterfield always do it for when we have a signing. But they'll do it like a day in advance, and let people know that we've got a new signing coming at this time, and it will be announced at a specific time, so it gets people excited, and I like that. Any other goals? Oh, this should be winning against Wigan, but we're drawing 1-1. That's not too bad against Wigan in the cup. Oh, that's a rubbish ball. Jeez, that was a very entertaining game on Friday. Ponty lost 4-3. That's a very entertaining game for that level. Are you two going to the game on Saturday? Against Newton Aycliffe. Which literally I have been to that place because where I used to live at. They're away. The weekend just gone. They were away on Friday, and then the Saturday coming up, they're at home. Apparently, they've only had one home game in the last 9 games. Ponty have had one home game in the last 9. Yeah, it said after one home game in 9, we are back. And that's what they announced 2 days ago. And the goal scores were on Friday were Bailey Thomas, Ollie Metcalf, and Jack Boyle. Both all scored and still lost. But it shows that they got the knack of scoring still, even if you lose. So it gives confidence going into the next game. The team that I work for, we haven't played in weeks because of the bad weather. Just gonna find out when the last time we actually did play. It's been absolutely ages. So the last time we So the last time we had a game, let's see where we are. We're down near the right down the bottom. So the last time I actually had a game on a weekend or midweek was the 30th of the 11th. So that's quite a long time. So 30th of the 11th. So we haven't played a game in 2 weeks. Let's see. Let's have a look at fixtures. I think we're going to have an absolute fixture overhaul at the end of the season. Yeah, we do have a fixture overhaul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Six of our last 7 games are at home. That is ridiculous. If you want to... At least you two are going to watch a team that actually knows how to win a game and knows how to score. At least you guys will be happy about that. He's busy on his phone. Oh, he is still cold. Come on, Portsmouth, actually do something. Come on. As literally as nothing has happened in the first half an hour. Come on, something's got to give in this game. just to make it actually exciting. Oh, so we've got Luton Town 1-1 with Stoke, Burnley 0-0 with Derby, Plymouth 0-0 with Swansea, Watford 0-0 away at Wednesday. Oh, Sunderland 0-0 at Sunderland 0-0 at home to Bristol City, and Leeds are 1-0 up at home to Middlesbrough. Come on. Oh, corner. It looks like it's an absolute sellout on the cold winter night. Go on. Oh, that is a poor corner. That is a very poor corner. Offside. That is. If you want the Need for Speed, why don't you go and play Need for Speed then? Jeez. Yeah. But you also got to be. Yeah. Ooh. But you also got to be careful when you're building old cars because you might not be able to get. No, it's just from. No, it's just from what. It's from what car shows I've. What? Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying. Yeah, but you also got. But you also got to be careful with how old the car is because there might be some parts where you might not be able to get now because they might not be available anymore. That's the only thing with making old cars. The the older it is, the less likely you're going to be able to get certain parts for it to fix it to then make it like brand new again. Night, like I say, 1940s, you might be able to get certain things for it. But if it, I would say, if it was any older than that, you might not be able to get stuff for it because there might not be a lot of. No, I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm talking like me. Oh, oh, you're talking. Oh, you're talking about that. I'm talking about stuff which they need to work the cars. So like, you might have to do. Yeah, because the reason I know all about all this stuff because I grew up watching Wheeler Dealers or too much with my dad. So, and he used to say if some of the stuff was that old, some of them won't be in service. That you won't be able to get certain parts depending on how old the car is. And it's like for engines, suspensions, all the main things to actually get the car actually working. But you might. That's the thing. Go. Go and say that to Toyota where they decide to make a car to make it look like a Ferrari, but it's not a Ferrari. Oh, now you've literally because I do love my cars, but you now got me interested to try and look that up. Yeah, I'm checking to see if it's an. That's why I'm going to help you out by checking to see if it's an actual thing because you never know. It's oh, oh, ah. Here we go. Now we'll be able to get a bit more information. Oh, oh, they look nice. I'll give you that. But then, but they're actually saying that they're not very common. Celine, Yeah, Celine Mustangs are special edition. So they were very rare. Celine Mustangs debuted in 80. Um, yeah, but it was built. But they also had several other models as well. So you got to think there's not just the original Celine Mustang. There's other models involved in it. There's a couple of others as well. Yeah, there's also yeah yeah. Oh, let's see. Is it yeah? Oh, in the book. Yeah. It says here, besides Mustangs, Celine had built vehicles for several models. So also it could you could also have a Ford Explorer, a Ford F-150, a Dodge Challenger, a Chevy Camaro, or a Tesla Model S. So it could be any of them, but may not be a Celine Mustang. So it could be any of those others, which will which is which is made by Celine Automotives, but not an actual Mustang. Yeah, except yeah yeah yeah. So the person who basically made who made the car, who owns the company, basically is a Formula Athletics race car driver. So he made it to look like a racing car. Yeah, for Shelby, but this yeah, but this but yeah, but there's yeah 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 then yeah yeah. But the Celine, but yeah, except except yeah. Except the only Mustang that's not owned by him was the Celine, because Steve Celine was the guy who came up with that car. His company came up with that car. Yep, that's the only. So yes, yeah. So that's actually quite interesting. Yeah. So that's actually quite interesting. And that's the only. Yeah. So that. So yeah. Yeah. Ah, no wonder he decided to make racing Mustangs, because when he was racing in his actual career, he was actually racing in a Mustang. So that's why. Yeah, but then he yeah, and then the guy did yeah, and then the guy did something yeah yeah, but yeah, and the guy did yeah. Oh, oh, wow, wow. Yeah, yeah. Steve Saleen was inducted into the Mustang Hall of Fame by Carol Shelby's wife, in 1996. So he must have been a big figure. Yeah, The guy was stupid because he had a Mustang in 71 and crashed it. But then a year later he bought another one. And then for his but for the first ever drive he had in the car he bought a year later, the Mustang towed out to a spot in California where he wrecked his first. So he basically went back to where he wrecked his original. This guy's kind of funny. And he was called, and his nickname was Gasoline. Oh, I can see. See play on words on that one. And actually, Celine is not owned by Ford Motor Company. Celine's not owned by Ford. It's not owned by Ford. Yeah. 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 He. Yeah. He. Yeah. Yeah. But he. Yeah. But he did do. Yeah. Come on, Pompey. Yeah. Yeah, but he also does have a good relationship with Ford because a lot of Celine's vehicles were made with Ford. Yeah, yeah. It's quite interesting because he actually, wow, in 2000, wow, he made the Ford GT40 in 2002. That's a good car. Oh, Leipzig has scored against Aston Villa, 1-1. And apparently the Celine Mustang are considered to be some of the rarest Mustang models available. Celine produced more than 8,000 Mustangs from 1983 to 2009. Wow. That's still a lot. That is a lot of Mustangs, even though it's rare. So did they actually say what year that Mustang was? Could you'd be able to know if it's extremely rare or very rare? Because if it's 84, then it will be the first model of Celine Mustangs ever. Wow. Wow. It says here that Celine's first product. Oh. So the first ever Celine ever made was a hatchback GT Mustang. So they made hatchbacks. Huh. I didn't even know Mustangs do hatchbacks. And apparently, if you wanted, yeah, 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 yeah. If you wanted to get the four, yeah, yes. Go on. Oh, Poppy nearly scored there. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. 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 Apparently, if you wanted to buy the first ever Mustang in 1984 from Celine, it would be the one. It would cost you $4,500 US. So this, yeah. and that's a Fox body Celine Mustang. Yeah, Fox body. So they were. It was basically. It was made for racing. They made it like a racing style car, but not for racing. Yeah, and then literally on the top of the windscreen, right on the very top, it says Celine Mustang on. That's why it's very off-putting. Half time 0-0. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. 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 Not in 80. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It said that's what it's. Oh yeah, it says that it did in 84, 85. He did some upgrading, like giving it new suspension tires and wheels. And then 80 and then 86 is where they actually did a version where they made it race prepared so that they could enter it in the endurance championships in America. So they basically had 2 years to prepare to then have it race, have it be able to be raced. Jeez. So they made one version of the car ever, but that car was never sold because it was just meant for racing. And then 86. Oh, 80, and then 87 they added a four-wing disc brakes, which was the first of any Mustang to have one. 86 was the racing version. 87 is where they added the four-wing disc brake. Yeah, that's rare because it was never meant to be driven on normal roads. It was just meant to be used in the championship. It, yeah, yeah, because if it's yeah, yeah, is I was yeah. If you see on if they ever show like a photo of it, on the side of it's got like different shades of blue. Go at the bottom of it, you can see like blue because they put like blue stripes down at the bottom. Yep, that means it's from 80s. That means it's from 86. So that means it's going to be worth a lot of money. What they added to it? That's what I'm just trying to see what they added to it. They had the Koji adjustable rear shot, new 16-inch wheels. Jeez. Wow. There's some good stuff they got on there. A front air dam, a deadlift spoiler. They're definitely making this for racing. Oh god. Oh. I prefer the car in '86. The car in '87 looks horrible. Ah. Oh. You could actually have not seen the version from '87. It's absolutely horrible. Because it's like extremely dark green to the point where it nearly looks black. It looks absolute. Hey, Chetfield have scored. Yeah, clean. James Bay. Woo. Again. I'm still, I'm still trying to get over the fact of who in their right mind would pick a colour for a car like that because you've just ruined it. Ugh. Not the one from '86, the one from '87. It's just like the car's literally been ruined. The newer version that they made. It is horrible. 80, and 80, and then in '89 they actually brought out a hatchback model. Oh, oh. So there's a model of Celine Mustangs from '92 where there was only 18 models. The '92 models, there was only 17 ever produced. So that model's even rarer than some of the older ones because there was only 17 ever made. What is that? And it's also got Recaro racing seats and 17-inch wheels. Oh, and it's also got a Vortex. It's also got a Vortex supercharger engine. Ooh, I like that. I like that one. Which is the SN95 Celine Mustang which they made from 1994 to 2004. Woohoo! I like that. It's just basic. It's just basic convertible with a retractable roof. Simple, but it's effective. The, don't have a car like that when you're in the UK because we don't have a lot of sun. What the? Is that white or gold? Because that actually looks sick. Whoever came up with that idea, props to you. Cause it's the first one I've seen that I actually definitely love. Because it looks actually quite sick. But that looks like it's white or silver. It was offered as a convertible. Oh. Oh. So in 2002, Celine were actually awarded 2 contracts by Ford Motor Company to build the Ford GT40. So they were given a contract to build it. Hey! Wayne Rooney's losing again. Swansea beating Plymouth. But I'm just loving this 20th year anniversary Celine Mustang in silver. It just looks sick. And it looks more. The photo looks like it was taken when it was brand new because it looks like there's no dents in it or scrapes. Seven. Now that looks very like racing esque. But there's a I don't I don't. Ah, yeah, you definitely might not have heard of this car because it's one of my dad's favourite cars of all time, and it's the most stupidest car of all time. But he wished he owned. His favourite car is called it's called a Ford Capri. Like my mum can't. My mum hates him. My mum hates him. What? Yeah, my dad when he was younger wanted to get when they were first married, but my mum, yeah, yeah, it's my dad's just favourite classic car. Just because it's quite an iconic car. Yeah, he wanted to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's even said to me it's the one thing that he's regret that he's never owned one. Yeah. Ooh. have a look at these. I still can't believe the Portsmouth game's still 0-0. The Ford Capri. The manufacturer is called Ford Europe. Yep, and the car was only around for 20 years, and then the car literally was non-existent. They stopped production. It was a, that's why my dad said he was a bit good, because by the time he was old enough to drive, they stopped producing the car when he was old enough to drive. Oh no. Ford Puma. Oh God, I remember that car. And that car looked awful. The, that car looks bad. And that's supposed and that, and that supposedly is the successor for the Ford Capri. So so you got so as soon as the Ford Capri ended, the two cars that they started to make after that, as to be the successors to it, were the Ford Probe and the Ford Puma. The Ford Puma looks absolutely awful. I don't know about the Ford Pro. Yeah, do you know the Ford? Yeah, and then the other one was the Ford Probe, which is just sort of, it's just a lift back coupe. Apparently, this one was only made because they collabed with Mazda. So it was based. So, yeah. So go and say it. Yeah. Oh, go. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh God, the worst car in. 3-1! Chesterfield 3, Wigan 1. Woo! We've beaten a team from League 1. Yay! Because there's literally one car I can't stand, because one company tried to make a car that thinks they can make it like a supercar but not have it be a supercar. It's a Toyota, and what they did is they tried to make it like a Ferrari, but it's not a Ferrari. It was awful. It was scuffed. Way, Dylan McCandy, get in. Dylan McCandy. Well, I want to see. Yeah, because there was an actual car they tried to emulate a Ferrari, but then just basically made it looks basically fake. That's what I call it. I call it the fake Ferrari. But I know what car it is. It's just really hard to spell the actual surname to it. But it's always me trying to remember. I will eventually will find this car. Hey, come on, that cannot count. I hate it when it bugs me when I can't seem to find it. It literally bugs me. Cause I've seen that car around so many times. I always call it the fake Ferrari. Come on, Poppy. Come on. I will eventually find you. I will eventually find you, car. If it literally takes me ages. Yes. Yes, it's the lookalike. I can't remember what it's called. Ah. Oh. Oh, this is what's annoying. Come on, Pompey. Oh, Wigan have scored now, 3-2. Oh, great. We don't like making stuff easy, Chesterfield. We don't like making stuff easy in the cup. And that's going to be very stressed. Come on. I will eventually will find you, car. What the heck? Oh, I thought I've seen bad cars in my day, but that just takes the cake. A Toyota Blizzard. That car looks absolutely mad. That car looks so small that you wouldn't be able to fit anything in the back. Four-wheel drive, and it's got a 2.2 litre, 4-litre cylinder diesel. What a weird. Come on, I will eventually will find you, the mysterious car. Oh, here we go. Come on, Pompey. Oh, here comes Norwich. Oh. There's some weird cars that Toyota have made that look so weird. Oh my god. That just looks pathetic. Why make a car that you can't even use the car, but you turned it into a car racing simulator? It makes no sense. I gotta have a look at these, because these are gonna have to make some silly cars that fold back in the day. Some interesting vehicles. Oh, now we're getting to the stuff when they mean a lot of military stuff. So that's brilliant. Here we go. Concept and movie car. Ah. Wow. I wouldn't be. I would not be able to fit in that car whatsoever. That car looks too small. The body is a four-door sedan. The Ford 021C. So they're saying there's concepts and then some that were used in films. So interesting. Oh, okay. This car's received a part. Ah, so this was actually used in Zootopia. A very similar car. But that car looks incredibly awful and looks so small that I would never be able to fit in that in a million one years. Come on, you can't get any more worse. A Ford 4-track. Now that's a better car, because it's basically a pickup and a hatchback with something on the back. Come on, it's got to be some in concept of movie cars. Where we got? Oh god! Ooh, Ford knew how to make some classics. I like that one. The Ford Magic Cruiser. Or you can have the. Oh! I thought we can't get any worse than the first one. We got even worse. The Ford Aerostar. Ford actually made minivans. Yeah! Oh, I thought Portsmouth scored. Ah, damn it. Was that actually used in the film, or was it not? Some of these were used in films as well. Wow. So that. Come on, there's got to be some weird names. The Ford Airstream. God, who comes up with these names for cars these days? Oh, God. Someone decided to go futuristic on for some reason. Cool. I want some interesting. The Ford touring car. Jeez, actually. No, that looks rare. Oh God. I'm still wondering how is that. I'm still wondering how that goal was disallowed when literally the player did nothing wrong. What we're gonna have a look. It sounds like Johnny's favourite car is Mustangs. I just like weird car names, because then you get the most weirdest cars ever. Lambo, some weird ones. I just said some. Jeez. Now all I'm doing is just trying to find out what the first ever car. Apparently, the first ever car they ever made was in 80. Was in actually in 60. Was in 64. Called the Lamborghini 350 GT. And you know it went 158 miles an hour. And that was in 60. And the first ever actual car Lamborghini was made in 64, which was the 350 GT. Yeah, I mean, I. Yes, that's what I'm. Yeah. 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 The reason I Yeah, the reason I know Lamborghini made a tractor because stupidly the most stupid person on planet God's green earth bought a Lamborghini tractor, aka Jeremy Clarkson, because he was stupid. The guy was that stupid. He spent so much money on it. He didn't even know how to work it. There's some more, some very. Oh, that's the car that I was looking at. That I was trying to find. And I used to call this the fake Ferrari back in the day. When I thought it looked like a Ferrari, but it was actually a Lamborghini back in the day. But it was fake, which was called a Lamborghini Countach. I used to call it the fake Ferrari because it also had it looked like a Ferrari. Come on, Pompey. Let's see. How many miles an hour did you actually go in this? You can go in this car. Go on, go on! Oh, how have Pompey not scored? So we've had a Countach. You've also had a car called a Lamborghini Silhouette. There's some interesting names that Lamborghini decided to call cars these days. Oh, could Norwich have a player sent off for you? Oh. The, the, this referee's letting so much go in this game. I'm surprised no one's been sent off. Come on, I want an unusual name. Oh, the Lamborghini Diablo. What a name. That it Yep, that was in production from 1990 to 2001. Yeah, there was one ever made, which one there was one, but it was called the VS Special, and that was a special car that they made, but it was only one of one. Yeah, it's the rarest car going. Muchalago, Gallardo. Lamborghini Aventador. And then there's some stuff which they had which have been one that they made which were one-offs. No, there's some cars which there's a couple that they made about 15 to 20, but they were one-offs. Because they remade the Countach again in 2022, but they made 112, aka the fake Ferrari is what I used to that car gets called by me. The fake, I call it the fake Ferrari because it's got the same body as a Ferrari, but it's not a Ferrari because they have a very similar. It was a very similar body to one of their Ferraris, so I just called it a fake Ferrari. Because there was a couple of cars that tried to model themselves over the posh cars, but made it into like a cheap like version to make it look like a Lamborghini when they weren't. Yep. Oh my God! So something's now happened again. Another big incident in the Portsmouth game. Another big incident. What's happened here? No, not newest cars. I want weird cars. Yep, Reliant Robin. That's always weird. The Isetta bubble car. Or you got the PLP 50. And a car that I have, yeah, and then a car that I have been told a lot about, which a very bad car, which was called the Stout Scarab. Yep, and it was the world's first minivan. So it's basically a minivan. So basically, if it wasn't for this, you wouldn't have minivans. Wouldn't be a thing on the road. So you always got to start somewhere. The General Motors Firebird. What the heck? That doesn't even class as a car. The General Motor Firebird. It's not. It's not even a car. It was basically basically a prototype car. So the Nissan S Cargo. Yeah, a car that. Yeah, but it's a car that in this country we never ever saw. It never got sold in Europe or America because it was only sell for the Japanese market. Yeah, but they also did a lot of Japanese cars that were only sold in Japan and were very popular in Japan. And apparently these were very popular in Japan. Because you got to think, Japanese people are a lot, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because if you see a lot of like old, very small Nissan cars or very small cars, they would be sold for the Japanese market because they're made for. Because Japanese people are quite smaller than us, so the cars will be made smaller to fit their size. Yeah, and actually Nissan is an actual Japanese manufacturer. That's why they. Oh, lucky. Ah, I know why they called it the S Cargo because they said that the car looks like a snail. Ah, so it must go slow then. Come on, there's got to be something. The Subaru Brat. Ah, what a name for a car. The Subaru Brat. The Su. Yeah, so I'm just having and you know what was funny? It was developed in Japan. It was developed in Japan in 1977 as a request of the president of Subaru of America. And then the Brat was introduced to match the demands for small trucks in North America, and it failed because the production for this car only lasted 2 years. So it looked absolutely crap. Come on, there's got to be even more weirder ones than that because I want to see something even weirder. Tasco. Tasco. They had a car called Tasco. Ah, Tasco, which stands for the American Sports Car Company. Right. So it's basically a car that never saw the light of day. Here we go. The Toyota Sierra. Hey, it was only sold in Japan. So they took at that. The Volkswagen Type 181. Oh, That's actually quite an interesting car. If you're wondering, this car in the UK was known as the Trekker in the UK. And it's basically a civilian version of a of the same car that was used in the military, but they made a civilian version of it. Oh, it just sounds so random. You can't get any worse than that. Chevrolet SSR, the the Chevrolet GR Streamline X. Come on. Oh, there's literally no photos. Oh, you robbing it! I was looking so forward to seeing how bad the car looked, but then unfortunately there's no photo. Ah, so now I gotta do a research because I'm not looking at any more weird cars until I find out the photo for this. I want to see how actual weird it is. You cannot get away with it, Ferrari. You cannot get away with it. I want to see how bad this actual car actually is. I won't say it looks that bad to be known as a weird car, which was the Ferrari FF. It doesn't even look weird. It just looks like a standard average car. First one of the list that looks more actual standard car than actually being weird. The Mercedes AMG 6G3 6x6. You can't. What a mouthful to say. The Mercedes AMG G63 6x6. Yeah, because it was basically for Jeep. It was basically used for Jeeps for going through like the desert. Yep. Yeah, it said Mercedes-Benz is known for many things, but making weird cars is hardly one of them. So it's the only car in history that they made which didn't really go well for them. Nissan, no. Nissan like making weird cars. Oh, is anybody going to actually score in this game between Portsmouth and Norwich? And it doesn't look like anyone's going to score anytime soon. Oh! Wow. The Nissan Pulsar NX. That just looks... Wow. Okay. Okay. Shoot. I didn't think I would ever see for Lamborghini go down the Jeep route. I didn't even know Lamborghinis did Jeeps. The Lamborghini LM002, which was a Jeep. It was basically originally designed for the military. That's why they made it into a military style Jeep. Yeah. The Lincoln Blackwood. Ooh. Wow. Oh, I'm interested about this. Come on, Pompey. Oh, I definitely know. I definitely know that car. The Alfa Romeo SZ. The front of the car looks good, but the back of it looks horrible. What the heck? Wow. The Ferrari Berlinetta Boxer. interesting. Lotus Europa. Oh God! They've definitely gone. Wow, they've for once they've actually got a British manufactured car in the weird cars category. We finally got one that represents us and how bad British cars are. Back in the day, I'll say back in the day. And the actual company is called Plymouth, and it's called a Plymouth Valiant. So we can say we've had a really we've had a bad car or a weird one of such to represent this country. Go on, Pompey! Go on, Pompey! I just want Pompey to get a goal. I just want Pompey to get a goal, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen anytime soon. Here we go. Weird, unusual British cars. Wow. That's a character on Fortnite, Midas. But there's also a car in a weird British car called Midas. Boston Fighter. Reliant Robin. We had a car called Noble. Noble.
Bishop's been a little bit quiet for Portsmouth. He hasn't really had those opportunities. It looks like Sendy's coming on for Portsmouth, which possibly means that Bishop's going to be swapped. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, substituted, I should say. I wouldn't be surprised because probably Bishop is
Go on, Pompey.
as influential as he's been these last two games. Looks like he's still going through his heart operation, but
Who?
still need to monitor his fitness levels and whether
Wow.
he's capable of knocking out the
I'm going to say
convinced by that. Yet, so it looks like Sadie might go for Markovic. I could be wrong, of course. And as excellent as always come, also
that's a foul.
looks like it could be a straight shot from Sadie.
Wow.
Obviously, we'll have to find out.
Even you're going to say this car's very rubbish, which is the PLP 50. Yeah. The weird one that Jeremy Clarkson drove in. Uh-huh. The Morgan Freewheeler. This is an actual car that you could actually drive on British roads. What? Called a Gibson Humdinger. It does. It looks more like a boat. So apparently this one is surely first a boat with a racing car ability bolted on. Because you can actually do it on water and then it can transform into a car. Come on, Pompey. Oh, unlucky. Argyle GT Turbo. That doesn't even look horrible. It doesn't look horrible. It looks actually quite alright for the British roads. And that car actually reached up to 150 miles an hour, so it's So for British roads, that is actually quite a feat. The Uni Power GT. Oh God! Wow. Okay, I thought I've seen everything, and this takes the cake. The Leyland Mini Moke.
You can tell that there's a confidence and a momentum shift around the football club at the moment, and the performance
Lotus.
tonight in terms of
Some of these cars actually look quite. The Rover Jet 1. Nah, I have to find a photo of this because that looks absolutely sick. The Rover Jet 1. They're saying it's the worst British car ever. Come on, come on, come on. This is is it that bad? Oh, God, that is. But no wonder it's. No wonder people would say this is the worst British car ever. It looks like it's from like the 40s. Ah, the Jet was made. Yeah, it was made in '49.
Substitutions that make sense. Yeah, as you say, Alistair, it's definitely a case of managing minutes there, Matt. Look, she's 35 years old now. I know how that feels.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Over the minutes in such a short amount of time. He started
It looks like.
back end of October, so
Yeah, I was surprised.
an obvious substitution, albeit that
Yeah, and then I found out he wasn't. Wow, it's Leeds 1, Middlesbrough 1. That's Leeds bottling another game. Good! Pump it! Oh! Go on! I still can't believe it. Yes. Ow! Weird that I didn't even know this is a British manufacturer, which is Aston Martin. Bang. Yep. Yep. Aston Martin, Bentley, MG. There's literally a company that makes different cars which are like the PLP 50, and it's called Peel Engineering Company. And you know, the actual company that made it, that made the smallest car in the world, is based on the Isle of Man. Micro cars. There is too many micro cars. Oh, I would love to see that car in person because that car looks actually sick, but it looks like a fake Reliant Robin. But they call it the Bomb Bug. Oh, because it's made by the same company that made Reliant Robin. Come on, Pompey, actually do something. Hey, referee! Do you want a car in it called Buddy? Yeah, it's a Norwegian it's called Buddy Electric. It was developed in Denmark.
The frustration for the side, I think he's not been able to have the effort that he's looking to have. Another change for Portsmouth. Lane has gone off. His final contribution was that.
City E. Jeez. And that's an electric car.
For him, Elias Sorensen. For him to try and
There's some in. There's some.
bring over the knife for Portsmouth.
For the future.
Trying to get involved. Right, here's the corner. Did really well there, Sendy.
Come on, there's got to be some other interesting car companies in the UK. Oh, here we go. No. Oh, here's another one, Noble, which is actually the headquarters is in Leicester, but it was founded in Leeds. Noble, because the guy who found it is a British entrepreneur from Leeds called Lee Noble. Yeah, and his company is a private company, so you can't really buy a car from it because it's a private company. It's not open up to the public.
Due to the fact that he's picked up those 5 bookings and missed out tonight through suspension, but pleasing performance from Paddy Lane, but probably disappointed that he hasn't managed to score a goal with the chances he had. Norwich trying to concerned. McIntyre did well to get it away after doing.
I'm trying to find the most weirdest actual. Yeah, no, British car companies, because ones I've never heard of before, because then you might be able to learn about new cars. Because there are some interesting ones. Ones I have heard of, but just didn't know they exist. Oh,
Tried to stop the break.
Oh.
Failed there in the middle of the park and stopped Norwich from breaking, but Mahomak managed to get a touch on it as it signs away. Another Norwich change. Fartow is coming on.
Oh. Does that? Oh, it's no longer in production anymore. Oh, it's no longer in production anymore, so it's not a British production thing anymore.
Close of the fixture.
Oh. Yeah, this is a weird. What cars did they actually make? Because I'm actually quite in. Okay. Now that's interesting. I found a car company which makes cars called Westfield. But they make cars which are very similar to Caterham. So they make that sort of car. Come on, I want an interesting name or a weird. No, but yeah, because it makes it unique. It's. Yeah, because there are some weird ones. Yeah, because there is gonna be some weird ones. Oh, that's a bit too. Wow. Yep.
6 added minutes on the fourth officials board.
Oh God, there's some we
Actually,
um he released a video slagging off Jurgen Klopp in Liverpool,
the back heel went very badly wrong.
and then it turned out during the latest Euros he was smoking some white powder.
And it's a corner.
Yeah,
Seen it a few
so he
times.
sacked him on the
Obviously,
basis.
ball just making cuts inside and plays a really good ball to the back post. I think it's towards that Swansea on the back post, but Callum Doyle just gets back for Norwich and manages to
Yeah,
nail
it's
that
David
back
Coote.
header.
Yeah, it's David Coote. The guy does look like a crackhead. I'd say that.
From Doyle.
Yeah.
Another corner. Backs up. Simonson's in there. Sendy's a threat. Murphy loitering.
Come on, Pompey. Can we have a goal, please, in the 90th minute? Can we have a 90-minute winner?
Over.
Because the game's hardly had anything to go for it.
Astray.
What? Why is nearly every company in the UK for making cars like making cars which have only got 3 wheels?
Aspirations of getting promoted this season, breaking into
Oh, do we like making 3-wheel cars or something?
Thorpe will be disappointed with the fact that he's not taking free photos on, but probably more so the display. I think he expects it to come to Portsmouth and gone for
We must be that bad that we must.
hasn't quite lived up to his expectation in terms of quietening the crowd down and
Ooh.
taking the game to Portsmouth. It's not really panned out like that.
Now I definitely know this company very well, which is called Austin Motors Company.
Takes a unbeaten run to 4 matches on the assumption Norwich going to get a win in the last few minutes.
Even Johnny should know what Austin is.
Building momentum this division. Games every 4
You've
days.
never heard of the.
I think it's also the fact at times this season.
Yeah, because the most famous car of the lot is because it's been featured on Top Gear so many times, an which is the Austin Healey. Because Jeremy Clarkson used it in one of the challenges and he couldn't even fit in. It couldn't. Oh, I haven't found the Austin Healey, the one because one Austin Healey where it's a convertible.
Stands, this draw will take them out of the bottom 3. They want to make it even more. Second number of the evening. Long throw from Pack, cleared away by Doyle.
Come on, Pompey.
Get to it. Try to stretch out and gather it. McIntyre.
Come on, Pompey.
Still one last chance in this game.
Okay. Come on, Pompey.
Courage to have a go themselves. Urging ball forward. Listen to the Portsmouth supporters. They feel that their team can summon up one more opportunity. Duffy.
Come on. Oh, come on, Pompey.
Charge down, maybe Pat can build another long throw into the area. Swanson's gone across to gather it. Here comes Pat now. Good grip on the ball as he can.
Whoa, that's not a foul.
Referee seen an offence. Free kick to Norwich. As they make their way from Fratton Park, the Portsmouth supporters will have a quick glance at scores elsewhere and they'll see that their team have escaped the bottom 3 at the end of the evening.
the most weird, yeah.
Players, as we mentioned before, and they're now finding themselves playing league games against, Norwich City, who were in the Premier League 2 years ago. So this is what they've waited a long time for, and
Joe, this one, yeah.
an 0-0 draw at home to Norwich City is no mean feat, and one that they probably would have taken before the game, especially on the back of getting out of the relegation zone
And what
with no week to beat.
I can literally tell you for certain he has, because in his loan contract, Chelsea have the option to buy at the end of the season. We have the option to buy him.
Waiting on the far post to time his run.
But with how he's playing at the moment, Jadon Sancho, he's actually fitting in. He's found a team he's fitting into, because he's, yeah, that's why I'm saying we're more likely going to buy him.
It's a point which leaves Norwich still some way off the top six. A major talking point, a disallowed goal put into the back of the net by Ogilvie after Gunn tried to
Yeah.
carry away a cross under the attentions of Matt Ritchie. Ritchie was penalised for his challenge on the goalkeeper. But other than that,
Yeah, I wouldn't.
will scratch two knocks this evening.
But I wouldn't believe anything he says, because he may not even go back. That's the only problem. So there's no point in saying.
From those 4 games.
Full time, Norwich 0,